Good morning viewers and welcome back. This is just a short trip to my local flower power nursery and then back to the supermarket and then back home, so just a bit of a roundabout shopping trip. Not working Uber today. Just thought I would try out a new connection for the microphone rather than connecting the microphone to the DJI microphone. Connecting to the DJI camera, which records at 29.97 frames per second, and gave me a lot of synchronization problems with the iPhone, which records at 30 frames per second. So I'll try connecting the microphone directly to the iPhone, and then synchronizing the video. It'll be a whole lot easier. I won't have to try synchronizing lips with speech. We'll see how it goes. It should be okay. Now, one little thing yesterday, yesterday I wasn't working Uber, I was out doing a few things, and we were not having a very good day with FSD yesterday. It was making all sorts of errors. On one short 20-minute trip from Epping, this is in Sydney, Epping, to Parramatta, had about 5 significant interventions in just the first 10 minutes. The worst one of which, and I'll put up an image from Google Street View, where we're going around a gentle right-hand bend from, I think it's High Street, to Cheltenham Road in Epping, and we started off okay going around the bend without any problem, and then for reasons I can't work out, the FSD decided it would suddenly move to the right, and before I could react we were on these really aggressive ripple strip. I did manage to take over and get it off the ripple strip, and I did make a report. There's a very significant lumps of concrete in this ripple strip, so I did stop and check tyres and wheels. I haven't just checked again this morning, I haven't lost any pressure in the tyres, and the car is still tracking very straight and no vibration or anything, so pretty sure we haven't done any damage to steering or suspension. Anyway, we do need to still very closely supervise FSD. Do not get complacent about it, no matter how well it performs for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, and you think everything's fine. It will bite you when you least expect it. So it does need to be very, very closely supervised. I'm tending now, even on suburban streets, to keep my hands very close to the wheel. In fact, at the moment I've got both hands just lightly touching the wheel. Seems to be generally okay on straight stretches of road, and generally okay through roundabouts, but there are other odd occasions when it will just do the worst thing at the worst time. One of the reasons I suspect that it went off and went off over that centre ripple strip was the fact that these concrete pieces are so small. I suspect if it had been a solid concrete median, then there would have been no problem at all, but because these individual pieces of concrete were relatively small, that FSD didn't see it and pulled into the curve a little bit too tightly. From everything that I've read and heard about version 14, there are a couple of things that I've heard and read about that suggest they've improved the resolving power. One of the problems is that these 5 megapixel cameras that are used in hardware 4 cars, 5 megapixels is still not high resolution, and they do a couple of things in compression and how they treat the video stream, etc. There are cases where, in the case of that ripple strip, FSD didn't see it. I suspect that's what's happened. Version 14, from everything that I've heard and read, does a couple of different things to improve the images that FSD receives, so that FSD will now see in more detail. There's a 40 sign there for road work, but I've never seen anyone here actually working on the road. There's road work up that side street there, but not here. So I think we can safely go back to 50 if FSD will just see another sign. It didn't see that 50 on the road surface. That's apparently one of the things that's coming with version 14, that they will be able to read these markings on the road surface here, like this one. But this car is currently not, so I'll just knock his max speed up to 50. It's still showing a speed limit of 40 until we see another roadside sign, I expect. So anyway, a bit indecisive about that. Yep. So anyway, keep a close watch on FSD. Here's a 50 sign. I wonder if we'll pick this one up. Yes, we did. Good. So why are we still doing 40? Come on, get a move on. 41, 42. God, my car's turned into chill. So keep a very close eye on FSD. We'll still do the worst thing at the worst time, and looking forward very much to version 14 and hopefully the so-called sentient being that will drive my car for me. Elon does sort of overdo it a little bit at times, doesn't he? Anyway, hope we enjoyed the rest of the drive. I'm off to Flower Power. We should be there in 9 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to get into my morning apple. Sorry for the chewing noises. If they get too bad, I'll just mute the video. I've now got an Uber trip. Drive to Charcoal Chook at Dural. Needs a nudge into the right lane there. There's a Model 3 coming up in the right lane that was going to block me from moving into this right turn lane. Here's an example of what is totally wrong with the Uber's driver destination feature. When they first introduced it some years ago, it used to work really well. It allows the driver, when they want to go somewhere, like they're finished for the day and heading home, or in my case, if I'm going to the airport to pick up family or friends or someone, I can put in a destination, and the Uber system used to only give me trips heading in that general direction. A couple of years ago they expanded it significantly, and it now, I think the way it works, the way it seems to work, is that we'll give you a trip that will leave you at the passenger's final destination closer to your destination than you were when you accepted the trip, or when you were offered the trip. In this case, I've put in Flower Power at Glenhaven as my destination, not only in the Tesla navigation, but I did the same in the Uber navigation. Uber has given me a trip now where I have to go right past Flower Power at Glenhaven to pick up someone in Dural and then take them back south, which will leave me closer to my destination at the end of the trip. But you can't say it was taking me to my destination or towards my destination. I had one a couple of years ago where I was in the lower Blue Mountains, west of Sydney. And I got a job that took me to northern suburbs of Sydney. I checked later, and when I accepted the job I was 30 kilometres west of home, and when I dropped off the passenger I was 29 kilometres east of home. And on the way I drove within about 400 metres of my home. The Uber's driver destination feature is an absolute joke now. And Uber's drivers hate the way it works. You wait 7 minutes to my pickup, so we'll have another quarter of that. If I can find it in this plastic bag, thank you. Well, we're in the correct lane this time. The last couple of times I've come up here with using FSD, I was in the left lane, which is the left turn only lane. Again, it just waits far too long to change lanes at FSD. I'm absolutely convinced FSD doesn't look any more than at most 200 metres ahead. There we are, there's Flower Power on the right side. That's my destination, Uber. That's where I want to go. Wait, I did not want to go to Durham. Now, just comparing the Uber navigation with the Tesla navigation to see if they're taking me to the same place, and also checking where the it's not there. Wrong turn, wrong turn, wrong turn. Bloody hell. It's a bit unforeseen there. They started to move towards that left exit, and there were cars very close behind me who were just overtaking me at the time, so I couldn't Couldn't force it back onto the right, into the right lane. To come around the shopping centre car park. However, my passenger should be just here somewhere. Here we go. Good morning. Are you going to Castle Towers?
Yes, sir.
Drive to Castle Towers. Well, that has got to be the worst example of Uber's driver destination feature. It left me about, I don't know, 500 metres closer to my destination, which was Flower Power Garden Centre at Glenhaven, but it took me past my destination twice. Once on the way to the pickup, and then once on the way to the destination. I think that's going to be about the last time I ever use the Uber driver destination feature. And just when it's even when it's not quite so bad. Getting home from the city, for example, in the afternoon when I'm finished for the day, should take me about 40 minutes or something. The Uber system will send me backwards and forwards all over the place, each time leaving me just a tiny bit closer to my destination. And it can take me 4 hours or more to get home some days for what should be just a 40-minute straight drive. It used to work well when they first introduced it. It was a great new feature, but now it's absolute rubbish. And I think that is going to be the last time I'll ever use it. Now, some people say to some drivers swap over to DD when they're heading home for that reason, but I've tried DD recently and they seem to be doing much the same thing. Need to be either much. Oh, God, we're down to 40. Reading 40 off the back of a bus. Will you please fix this? Reading 40 off the back of a bus. Again, please fix this. God, they're so a full day's Ubering around city and suburbs, I might do that 100 times in a day. God, it is so annoying. When you consider that I paid $10,100 apart from buying 2 Teslas, the original hardware 3 car, and then upgraded to a hardware 4 car because I knew it was going to need hardware 4, and then paid $10,100 for the full self-driving 3 years ago as a tool for my business, and it's just so much extra work. Some days I think that I will just use FSD, certainly the way it is now, only when I'm on motorways, highways or main roads, and then anything other than just sort of driving in a straight line and occasionally changing lanes, I think I might just do the driving myself. It's so much less of a hassle. Righto, now let's see if we can get to Flower Power Garden Centre. God, let's go up to 60. Go. God, these bloody reading irrelevant speed limit signs is annoying. Once or twice doesn't matter, but God, it's happening. Keep to the left lane. Keep to the left lane. Keep to the left lane. Oh, fuck it. Come on. Change lanes, change lanes, change lanes. Jesus. Come on. Wrong lane choice, and would not change lanes when I indicated a dozen times. Come on, fix these things. Now we're in the wrong lane again. Come on. Change lanes. Finally. Oh no, there's a bus overtaking me. And do we... Yeah, thought that would happen. Yeah. reading the faulty sign off the back of a bus again. Come on. I think for most people who just, use their car privately, and the people who've been doing the sort of YouTube videos where they just drive somewhere and it's great, performs well, makes the occasional error. So it's gone left. Well, it just makes the occasional error. It's slightly annoying. But when I've bought 2 cars plus full self-driving as a tool for my business, and I drive all day, and those sorts of things happen 100 times a day, seriously gets annoying. And that is such a simple thing, that reading irrelevant speed signs, that is such a simple thing they could easily have found. I'm sure they saw it. In 2 years of testing in Australia, I'm sure the Tesla's seen it. And to release the software with that problem still existing in it just absolutely astounds me. Why would you not fix such a simple thing before you release the software to the public? Particularly when it happens on motorways. You can be doing 100, 110 on a motorway. I'll kill FSD there. I'm not sure it will do the right thing. You could be doing 100, 110 on a motorway, and you'll pass a bus, or you'll go past an exit ramp with a lower speed limit. It will read the signs there and immediately slow down. If you've got a bloody fully loaded semi-trailer right behind you, it's making serious why they didn't fix it before they released it. They certainly had to have seen it. Why they didn't fix it before they released the software is just astounding. That's something else that's annoying with this software. When I'm driving manually, when I'm switched from drive to reverse, as I did just then, I used to be able to do that without using the brake pedal. Now the car won't, it just sits, it insists on going forward. I wish I would go back to the old way of working, where I could just go quickly between drive and reverse. Anyway, that was not the fun drive I was hoping it was going to be, or I thought it might be when I left home. But anyway, thank you for watching. As they say, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.